Thanks for watching Afternoon Live. Our next guest is still in the hunt to be named Jeopardy Masters Champion. Here to break down his past 2 matches, we welcome back Jeopardy champ Yogesh Raut. It's always so great to see you.
Yes, sounds great to be here.
So let's kind of lay the land of where we're at right now. Are we still in the quarterfinal stages?
Yeah, I think there's 6 overall games in the quarterfinals, and 4 of them have aired. So the next episode, next Tuesday, will be the last 2 games of the quarterfinals.
Okay, so we've got a couple of weeks of 2 episodes each left to go. You're currently in 2nd place behind Victoria.
Yes.
Are you pretty much in the semi at this point because you're so close to first?
Yeah, I think, there's only going to... The next 2 games will be the top 3 people on that leaderboard and then the bottom 3 on that leaderboard.
Okay.
Yeah, so whoever wins that bottom game will be lifted up into the top 4. Whoever comes second in that bottom game, they won't have enough. They might end up in a tiebreaker, but they won't have enough wins in the tiebreaker, so they won't be able to progress to the semifinals.
Okay.
So basically, the 5th game, the first game of the upcoming episode, all 3 contestants are guaranteed spots in the semifinals.
Okay.
And then the second game, whoever wins will join them.
That makes sense. So after this stage, do you get to keep your score, or are we back to 0 for the semifinals?
It's wiped, and everything's wiped going into the semifinals. Semifinals will be a true round robin because there are 4 different ways of selecting 3 contestants from 4, and so all 4 of those ways will be played out.
Is it kind of a relief to start from scratch, or is it kind of like, dang, I wish I had my points still?
No, I think, well, considering, I'm, a couple points behind Victoria now, and that may or may not increase in the next game. No, it's nice to just kind of start off on a level footing. I mean, it does certainly increase the possibility that there could be an upset, someone from lower, but, that's part of the game.
Keeps it exciting.
Yep.
Tell me about the process of, it's a very small group of people, so people you've competed against before. It must be kind of nice to be there. It's a very unique experience. You're among people who have won Jeopardy several times like yourself.
Yeah. I mean, and some of us didn't really have very long original runs. Javeria notably lost her very first game.
Okay.
So in previous years that would have ended her Jeopardy journey, but now they have second chance tournaments and so on, and she just managed to keep winning through all of those, and now she's a Jeopardy master.
Does your strategy change at all going into a regular Jeopardy game versus one of these heightened tournaments?
I mean, so you kind of have to keep in mind the leaderboard a little bit. So sometimes it makes sense to play for second place, for instance, whereas in regular Jeopardy, you always want to win. But it's not that big a change, really.
What about the buzzer? Because I notice you are pretty serious with that thing, and that can be the hardest part sometimes to even get a chance to give an answer.
Yeah, I mean, at this level of competition, the players are likely to know, multiple players are likely to know every response, right? So it's really about who times their buzzing correctly. It's not just who can react quickest, because there's a lockout. So being earlier and quicker on the buzzer isn't always better.
Right. You have to time it just so.
Right.
What do you think about the clues at this stage? Is it more difficult in terms of the content? Are the categories mixed up more? How do you think they approach that for the Masters?
Yeah, I mean, the difficulty is certainly elevated, even compared to their tournaments, which are elevated compared to their regular shows. That's not necessarily a bad thing for me. I mean, at a regular Jeopardy level, pretty much everyone there is buzzing on the same clues, so it's really all about timing. As you get harder, it becomes it's more knowledge plays more of a role. Do you have specifically deep knowledge in the thing the clue is about? Which, in my case means that there's less sort of competition for each clue, which makes it easier to get in.
Sometimes I say people buzz and they take a couple of beats because they go, I'm going to find the answer. I know it's in there somewhere. Does that ever happen to you?
Sometimes, yeah. You recognize things in there and you're like, okay, I know this, but I need to buzz now and let my mind put it together.
Yeah, you've got 5 whole seconds. You're going to find it in there somewhere.
Right.
What about the process of you go away and you film these tournaments about a month or so ago, but you have to be in secrecy, you can't tell. Now you get to watch and it's all drawn out over several weeks. What's it like to watch it and experience it with your family and friends?
Yeah, I mean, it's nice. I think for Victoria and I think both last year and this year, we jumped out to kind of early leads. So you don't have to be quite as secretive as if you were struggling and it wasn't clear whether you'd proceed. But yeah, I mean, and I did have friends who were at the taping, so I can, talk to them about it because they know what happens. Yeah.
That's really fun, but they have to be kept in secrecy too afterwards. So
Right,
you have to have people you trust to come along with you.
Yeah, they have to sign something. For regular Jeopardy, it's on the honor system, but for these tournaments, they make the audience sign NDAs in advance.
Very fascinating. We love all the inside baseball stuff. We always appreciate you stopping by, and best of luck. I know it's already over, but we're rooting for you to make it all the way.
Thank you.
Thanks so much. Okay, we'll have more information on our website at KATU.com. We'll be right back with more Afternoon Live right after this.